Fans of MMA, what's up? It's Warlowski coming at you with the MMA issue of the week, installment number 2. Now, obviously last week I did marijuana use in the UFC and MMA in general, actually, but this week's issue regards pretty much solely the UFC. What I'm going to be talking about this week is the acquisition of Pride and that effect on matchmaking. Because I'll tell you something, I watched the post-interview press conference, for UFC 76, and something Dana White said that really bothered me. And I'm not a Dana White hater. I know there's a lot of you out there. I'm not one of them, but he said, we're the best in the business. We have the best matchmaking in the business. You know what, dude? No, you don't. Because there's a lot of crap fights, like the UFC 70, the UFC 77 card. Not the best in the world, bud. And you know what? Excuse me for a moment. I'm sick. I hate being sick, but okay. Oh, anyways, you know what? It's what troubles me is you know, the matches, you know, that we as MMA fans dream of seeing. Like, and don't start saying, well, there's contract disputes and shit like that. I know there is, but like, let's just talk, you know, figuratively, and it's this that, you know, we want to see Randy Couture, Fedor Emelianenko. We do. But let me tell you something, and this is mostly regarding the heavyweight division. There is so many fighters from the acquisition of Pride, not just the heavyweight division, but Alexander Emelianenko, Sergey Haratonov, Josh Barnett. You know, you already got Big Nog over. Roman Zensov would be great. Get those guys in the UFC. Try. You know, I know. There's just I know there's contract disputes. Look down at 185, because I'll tell you this right now. Anderson Silva is unstoppable at 185. Nobody in that division is going to touch him. In my eyes, there's only a few people out there who are going to. That's Paulo Filho, who Dana White does not want in the UFC. Why not? That'd be a big match. Dennis Kang versus Anderson Silva would be an amazing fight. I know the weight differences are a little different in Pride in the UFC, but in the 150K, you got BJ Penn. I would love to see BJ Penn fight a guy like, you know, Joachim Hansen or Shinya Aoki. Great fights that could happen. Now, you know, and I'm not here hating. It's just, you know, what bothers me is, like, even recent talent. And let me sway off topic here. Andrei Arlovski, great fighter, has not fought in a couple months here. Anyway, well more than a couple months, because he was in a boring fight. You know what? Fuck you. Because let me put an end to this bullshit issue right now. And you know what? It's something I've really wanted to get off my chest for a while, and I'm sorry that I'm a little upset about it. As you can tell by my screen name, I'm a big Andrei Arlovski fan, and I'm not hugging his nuts or anything, but picture this. You got Fabricio Werdum versus Andrei Arlovski. You're Andrei Arlovski right now. You are fighting arguably one of the best submission fighters in the world. You do not want to get over-aggressive and be taken to the ground, because you'll be tapping in no time. And we've seen, you know, Andre on the ground, it's suspect. Now, you're Fabricio Werdum. You are making your debut, your first fight in the UFC. So you're going to have the octagon jitters. Your first fight's against Andrei Arlovski, a guy you've probably studied if you're going to fight him, and you know that if he tags you, you're going out. So what does Werdum do? Same thing as Arlovski. Plays it smart, plays it cool, keeps the difference. Distance ends up being, you know, a boring fight. So what? They fought a smart fight, which turned out to be boring. I would have done the same fucking thing, so fuck off with that issue already. Back on topic, matchmaking is just, we all wanted to see, you know, stuff like Chuck Wanderlei. Not gonna happen. And you know, it's sad that it's not gonna happen. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing the tough guys at all, because they're great fighters. But like, you know, like I mentioned, Sergey Haratonov, Alexander Emelianenko, Josh Barnett, who's already been in the UFC, Shinya Aoki, Mox Sakurai, Joachim Hansen, Kawajiri. Bring those guys in. Put them on free TV for a little while. Like, that's what Ultimate Fight Night cards are for, are they not? You want to build them names? Put, you know, put them up against the Ultimate Fighter guys. Bring in Ryo Chonin, who has a victory over Anderson Silva. Put him against someone like Chris Lieben on an Ultimate Fight Night card. Let them build names. Get them so when they put on the pay-per-view, it sells. And then you can make your dream matches. For example, I know Heath Herring lost his first fight against, Jacob Bryan, but you're talking back in pride, Heath Herring, a guy who fought, Fedor Emelianenko, Mirko Krokop, Tom Erickson, Big Nog twice. You know what? Heath Herring versus Jacob Bryan, I know he lost that fight, but why would anyone want to see that? Why would anyone want to see Heath Herring versus Brad Imes? And, quite frankly, I think the Nogueira fight should have been stopped. But, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Have that. Not shit like fucking Tito Rashad. So what? They hate each other. Big fucking deal. A lot of people hate each other, and they're not going to ever get to fight. Matt Hughes versus George St. Pierre 3 would be a big draw. Matt Hughes versus BJ Penn. I know they're different weight classes now. These are the fights we want, and we also want to see, let's see Dan Henderson, drop down to 185 to try and fight Anderson Silva, unify that title. Bring Takanori Gomi over, fight whoever the champion might be. And as for the other guys, put them on an Ultimate Fight Night card. Let them build a name. Like Nakamura, that's a great, he lost, but that's a great acquisition. And you know what? They put him up against Lyoto, he lost, but you know what? He'll be back and he'll make a name for himself because, you know why? He's got character. He's funny. A lot of these guys have character, and that's something I think the UFC lacks in some aspects. So, and I'm not trying to, the undercard fighters and stuff like that, I'm not trying to, come down on them. I'm not, but, some of these fights, I love Josh Berkman, but Josh Berkman versus Forrest Pets, I don't want to see that. I really don't. And, you know what, call me an ignorant MMA fan, but you know what, if I'm going to pay $40 every time I watch a UFC card, give me $40 worth. And you know what, and that's, as for a lot of people probably say that, but you know what, other than that, just leave me your thoughts, messages, and we all have dream matches we want to see. We all probably have an issue. Dana White, I'm not a Dana hater, but I think he's jumping the gun a bit, saying they're the best in the world, because you know what, Elite XC, Pro Elite, those guys put on great cards. They do. And it's sad that they don't get the publicity they deserve, but you know what? That's the way it goes. It's just, you acquired Pride, who have, I'm not going to say the best fighters in the world because, that's biased, but I will say they have some of the most exciting fighters in there. And you know what? Bring them in. And I'm just going to, stop there because I'm kind of repeating myself, but you get the point. Leave me some feedback, positive, negative, I don't care. Want to address a few things though, just for those people who send me messages and comments. Number 1, yes, I'm from Canada. Number 2, I'm not cutting my fucking hair. And number 3, for the people who think I'm stoned all the time when I do these videos, you're right. Sue me. Anyways, other than that, free Babalu, and just leave me some feedback, guys. Take care.